I've been wearing a mask my entire life. I've been wearing a mask about how I truly felt. And I would let people run over me. I would let people say things, do things. I just felt like, oh, I was strong, you know. I can take it. I can take a couple punches until it was like punch after punch after punch after punch, and nobody ever considering how I felt. But it was all because of me wearing that mask, because of me not allowing people to see all I was going through. That was the issue. I wasn't living in my truth.
Had to slow it down. Didn't want to make a mess in the heat of the moment. Had to take some time to myself and refocus, cause I'm like a lotus and I'm about to bloom, so baby.
I remember when I first started this journey. I was so insecure about myself, about what I had to offer, just all in all about who I was and my purpose. So this whole journey started off as a weight loss journey. It started off with me not liking the way I looked, not liking the way I looked, not liking the way I felt, not liking where I was in life, and I just was exhausted. After I realized that what I was embodying on the outside was a reflection from what I felt on the inside, oh my gosh, it became a journey. And it became difficult to accept the fact that I didn't love myself. I didn't love myself. So I began to go to therapy. And through therapy, I learned a lot about myself. I opened up to her about my sexual abuse. And it was a challenge. I cried. I felt ashamed for something that happened to me. It was hard just opening up about it. To open up was scary, but at the same time it was like, for so long I had been carrying a burden on my own. For so long I had to relive things over and over again, whether it was a dream, whether it was something that triggered me. It was like I was in a cycle. I was in a cycle that I was living over and over again. And even situations that were similar to that situation triggered me. And it's just like, even though I wasn't getting sexual abused, I was putting myself in the same situations to be hurt, the same situations to allow people to deplete my energy. And I was tired. And it's like, when I finally opened up, it just felt like a drug. Kind of like I was addicted to telling my truth. Like, I opened up to her, and then maybe a week later I would get kind of down again, because I wanted to tell somebody else. Because the more people I told, the more it became real. And the more it became real, the more it became my reality. And you can change your reality. If I could describe this feeling in one word, it would be freedom. It was like I was locked in my mind. I was in a cage, like mentally. And it was like, all right, you free. Like you said, you free. And the feeling was great. The ideal of being free was just something I had prayed for so long. But I was skeptical of it. Like, I was skeptical of the feeling of being free. And when I realized that I could step out the cage and kind of look around, okay, everything good, okay, all right, you know, it was like, okay, I could do it. I could step out. And no guards over here, you know, like I'm in jail or something. But that's how I felt. Like, it was mental imprisonment. Dealing with something like that was mental imprisonment. I had been locked in my thoughts for so long. Like, I didn't even have any room to do things that normal people do. Like, I didn't have the mental capacity to deal with relationships. I didn't have the mental capacity to deal with friendships. I didn't have the mental capacity to love myself. Like, I didn't understand that concept. It was like I had so much blockages in my mind to the point where I allowed it to put fear in me. I allowed it to stay. I allowed it to camp out and spend the night and move in and not pay no bill. I decided to let that trauma just sit there, just rent free. But through all of the fear, anxiety, you know, and the unsteadiness and not really being sure if I was making the right moves, it's like I could just feel God's presence grabbing my hand and just, come on, I got you. Just like the father he's always been. But it felt like I was on cruise control. It was just like I was doing things, but I wasn't thinking twice about it, because I didn't need any confirmation from anybody. And that's how I knew it was God, because I wasn't seeking validation. So a lot of times when we know we ain't supposed to be doing something, we want to call everybody, we want to question ourselves. If God put it in your heart to do it, then do it. If you know that you've been doing your work, if you know you have that discernment with him, if you know you've been in close net with him, why would you allow what someone else say to persuade you? I didn't need to be persuaded on what God had told me to do, what God is telling me to do, because God said it. So, you know, when your parents say, I said what I said, I'm the parent and you the child. And that's how I was operating. And opening up wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy just telling my story, like having to tell it over and over again, answering the same questions. I was tired. Regardless of what I went through, regardless of that already hurts. It can affect you more how people react. That's why a lot of people don't come forward about being sexually abused, because yeah, the act itself hurts, but the reactions, that hurts. That can hurt even more if you're not prepared for it. At this current moment, I can honestly say that I feel alone. Not lonely, because lonely would mean that I'm desperate for company, and these days, being by myself is luxury. I feel alone, for one, because this is a journey that I have to go through alone, because no one gets it. No one understands where I am. No one understands how I feel. No one personally to me, because they haven't experienced this. They have not been molested by their father. At least they haven't opened up to me. But this is a journey that I couldn't seek advice from people, because what you don't, besides what we read, besides what we think we know, you truly don't know until you yourself have experienced it. I also feel alone because the devil really, he really brought his big guns out with me. I mean, he tried to use friends, he tried to use family, he tried to use things that are going on in the world to distract me, to put fear in me, to put me in a place of contentment. I've come too far in my life to allow things like that to hold me back from my purpose. I've been through the worst. I mean, I'm pretty sure it can get worse, but so far in my life, that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I can talk about a lot of things that have happened to me, but that was the absolute worst. Something like that happens to you, you don't really feel worthy. You feel damaged. You feel like you never belonged here. You start to doubt yourself. But see, God prepared me for that so long ago. Even times I didn't even realize the things that I was going through, things that I was facing that will ultimately prepare me for this moment. At this moment, I feel fearless. I feel like a child. You know, you tell the child to stop, don't touch the fire, because it's gonna burn them. Oh, I'm putting my hand on that fire. I'm gonna need like to show me better. They can tell me, but it won't stop me from taking a chance. It won't stop me from going after my dream. So I didn't create this platform to bash anyone. I didn't create this platform to hurt my family. I didn't create this platform to play victim. Because I mean, let's face it, I am a victim. I am a victim of sexual assault, and I do deserve my justice. And in a way, this is my justice, telling my story, giving God glory for what he has done for me. God gave my pain purpose, and I have to tell the world about it. Also, I wanted to heal. I wanted to heal myself. I wanted to heal other people, because trauma can affect you in all aspects of your life. Regardless, I don't care how long you suppress it, it can affect you in all aspects of your life. How you choose to spend money, how you operate in relationships, how you work, your work ethic, your mental state. And I didn't want that to be my downfall. If anything happens in this world, it won't be because I didn't give it all I got. If I'm healing, I can heal others. But I can't pour from an empty cup. And last but definitely not least, I want to break generational curses. See, this is not something that happens only in my family. This happens in black families pretty often than we think. It's usually somebody they know. It's usually somebody they trust that hurts them. And because of the mentality of the black family, it's usually kept a secret. It's usually kept, you know, let's resolve this within the family. No, no, because how are other people learning from it? See, I don't know where child molestation started in my family, but I know one thing: it stops with me. It stops with my children. My children would know what happened to me. My children would know what happened to me. I'm going to heal my bloodline.